5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go.
Talons of the Eagle. After a mission in Africa, Thunderbird 1 is returning to the Pacific Island base of the International Rescue Organization. Mr. Tracy acknowledges Scott's request for landing permission. I'm approaching from due west in the area in 30 minutes. FAB, Scott. I'll check with Alan the warning systems control. The early warning control systems control center. Closed circuit television connects Jeff with Alan Tracy in the Cliff House. Short range scanner reads okay, Father. Great, Alan. Base of Thunderbird 5. What's the position from your angle, John? In the space station commands a wide area view. All clear, Father. Instruments report no activity within 200 miles of base. The precise, careful checks are essential. The International Rescue's Operation Center must remain top secret. Permission to land granted, Scott. FAB. Thunderbird 1 flashes home. Scott is entering the lounge. Hi, Dad. Thunderbird 2 will be here in an hour. With heavier machinery, the aircraft is slower than Thunderbird 1. As it approaches base, the same landing precautions are followed. Thunderbird 5 to base, all clear. Alan repeats go signals on the short-range equipment. Base to Thunderbird 2. Start. Touchdown approach now, Virgil. FAB. FAB, Father. Brains and I are on our way. Then, suddenly, boys, listen, aircraft engines. It's not Thunderbird 2. Virgil can see the cause of the sound. Large military aircraft approaching my position. No instrument reaction. There it is, Father. But why? There it is, Father. But why did our scanners register approach? The aircraft screams over the island. Base to Thunderbird 2, peel off! You must get clear of the air before you're spotted. Too late, father, it's closing in fast. Eagle leader to nest, have traced unclassified aircraft, pursuing to gain identification. Thunderbird 2 has been given clearance by Jeff Tracy to land at the secret international rescue base when an unmapped aircraft arrives on the scene. Told to overshoot the island, Virgil and Brains are relentlessly pursued. All sophisticated and highly advanced war aids of the Thunderbird organization have failed to locate the US machine. There's only one answer. The aircraft must be carrying a secret jamming device. Eagle, leader to target. To target, identify yourself. I repeat, identify yourself. What do I do, father? My shadow's getting annoying. Discontinue radio communication. They might have our frequency. Come in, target. You are advised to break radio silence. It would appear they're not hooked to our radio laser beam. It's clear to speak to Mr. Tracy, Virgil. Okay, Virgil. Try and outrun him. Thunderbird 2 shot as full power is selected. But the new US aircraft has equal speed. It's no good, father. He's staying with me. That is only one solution. Transfer to emergency rocket units Force 7. But that's dangerous. Our remaining fuel will burn out in no time. The alternative's even more dangerous, Virgil. How long do you think our friend will keep his finger off the firing button? Okay, brother, you've asked for it. Hang on, Brains. I've gotta kill those rockets. Defense interpreter missiles eject from Thunderbird 2. Then Virgil operates the rarely used emergency rocket units. Within seconds, the US aircraft is left behind. The escape complete. Space provides the perfect cover. Thunderbird 2. We've lost him, father. But what now? Fuel reads negative. I'm in orbit, but I can't return to base. Pursued by a giant US Air Force aircraft, the Thunderbird 2 is forced into space to avoid being shot down. On the international rescue island, Jeff Tracy contacts Virgil. The emergency motor used up all our fuel, father. Okay, Virgil. Well, it's safe. I'll get Thunderbird 3 up to you. That aircraft is still in the area. The US plane was not detected by the sophisticated scanners of international rescue. Eagle leader to base. Have lost target. Dispatch aircraft to region. Returning to nest. Eagle on. Understood. Jeff Tracy is angry. Brains! How did that plane get past our systems? Well, Mr. Tracy, I can only suggest the aircraft has some advanced jamming equipment installed. That's just great, I don't think. How can we operate in secret if we can't detect everything that moves? It's a serious problem, Mr. Tracy, but without knowing the details of that aircraft... Okay, Brains, give it some thought, will you? Father, the aircraft is gone, but the search planes are on their way. And ships too. Our scanners are registering them. Well, that's something, I suppose. Guess we'll just have to sit out and wait for them to give up the search. 4 hours later. They're moving away, Father. Right, Scott. You and Alan get up to Thunderbird 2 when it's absolutely clear. Soon, the Tracy boys are boarding Thunderbird 3. And the great ship lifts off. Space is reached and Thunderbird 3 selects the correct orbit. Thunderbird 3 to Thunderbird 2, approaching to refuel. Open intake, lock. Over be, Alan. Docking procedure is carried out. Fueling complete at Thunderbird 3. Okay, Virgil. The whole operation has taken 15 minutes. Undetected, the two mighty machines return to base. Now, Brains, what do we do about this jamming equipment that the US Air Force seem to have developed? Before we can build a counter scanner, we must have the full details. Guess the Air Force are not going to apply us with any information. No, the data must be top secret. Then there's nothing we could do. International Rescue doesn't give up that easily. We'll find that aircraft's base. And then we'll go in to the attack and shoot the plane down. A US Air Force aircraft has managed to get past international rescue scanners and early warning systems without being detected. Jeff Tracy is worried and calls a conference. We must find out where that aircraft is based. All US installations are marked on this map. Thunderbird 5 will dispatch locator cameras to observe every base. Thunderbird 5 to International Rescue. Locators are programmed on remote guidance, Father. From the mighty satellite, tiny rockets are fired. Small enough to escape Earth's tracking stations, the rockets enter the atmosphere. One rocket lands at each airbase. The locator cameras have arrived. Nothing can escape the searching eye of the miniature TV camera. The images are relayed back to Thunderbird 5. Thunderbird 5 to base. All locators are operating successfully. Reaction negative. Then. Wait! Father, something's happening. Yes, it's a hangar. It's rising from beneath the runway. The vast building continues to move. A rumbling of machinery heralds the opening of the gigantic doors, and Father! Father, we found it. Base 27 ZX. Okay, Scott, you know what to do. FAB, Father. Yes, Father, I'm on my way. The moving floor way takes Scott to the control cabin of Thunderbird 1. Within seconds, the powerful aircraft is heading down the ramp towards the launch pad. For once, Father, I'm not happy about our plans. So much could go wrong. We could be creating a disaster ourselves. I know, Virgil, but shooting down the aircraft is our only hope of remaining effective as a secret organisation. We must have the information it carries. A US Air Force plane has penetrated international rescue scanners, and Jeff Tracy has posed the question, why did the early warning systems not register the plane's approach? Before brains can answer, more has to be learned about the new aircraft. Thunderbird 1 is launched. Approaching Air Base 27 ZX. The locator cameras have been sent by Thunderbird 5 to the locator cameras sent by Thunderbird 5 have traced the secret aircraft. Part 2 of Jeff Tracy's plan to obtain the vital information goes into action. Thunderbird 2 will carry Thunderbird 4 to the scheduled spot. Off you go, Virgil, Gordon. Meanwhile, the US Air Force plane is taking off. At a safe distance, Scott follows in a Thunderbird 1. Aircraft is not registering up on instruments. I'll have to maintain visual plotting. Thunderbird 2 heads for the predetermined position. Base to Thunderbird 2. Remember, Virgil, this operation requires split second timing, or we'll have a disaster on our hands. FAB, Father. The pod is dropped and Thunderbird 4 takes the sea. Thunderbird 2 to Thunderbird 1. At danger zone now. Gordon is in position. But in the Air Force plane, unidentified aircraft above and behind the skipper. Yeah, I see him. Reckon he's following us. At the same time, Scott decides on an emergency step. I think I've been spotted, Father. I'm going to knock out their radio so that 27ZX can't trace us. Scott operates a low-yield missile. He's knocked out our radio. Yeah, but base will know it too. Well, on automatic frequency, that signal has been stopped. Airbase 27ZX responds immediately. Search aircraft are launched. Excuse me. We're miles from base. How many chances to take care of that guy? Scott has the same idea. I'm approaching Thunderbird 4's position. I'll have to go in for the kill now. International rescue has begun. The first stage of a desperate plan to gain knowledge of radar jamming instruments carried by a United States Air Force aircraft. Scott, in Thunderbird 1, fires missile at the giant plane. I've hit it, Gordon. They'll have to ditch. On the ocean surface, Thunderbird 4 is waiting. FAB, Scott, I'm ready. The pilot of the aircraft grit his teeth. It's no good. We're losing it. It's no good. We're losing attitude. I'm going to stare down into the sea. I'll warn the others. Let's hope those search aircraft from base arrive pretty soon. When Scott destroys the aircraft's radio antenna, rescue planes automatically took off from the US Air Base. Standing by also is Thunderbird 2. Thunderbird 2 from Thunderbird. Thunderbird 1 from Thunderbird 2. I can see the aircraft, Scott. She's coming in low. Then, splash! Thunderbird 4 races to the position. Firing! Firing knockout gas missile now! I feel drowsy. I want to sleep. As the airman succumbs to the harmless gas, Thunderbird 2 hovers overhead. Fire under control. Get moving, Gordon. Thunderbird, Aquanaut Gordon Tracy leaves his craft. Gordon forces the aircraft's door locks with his ray pistol. Going aboard. I'll use my air tanks to avoid breathing the gas. The young Aquanaut reaches the command cabin. That must be the jammer. Good. Brains can sure use this information. As Gordon makes a thorough examination of the apparatus, but we've moved. The aircraft's sinking. To gain information on a new jamming device carried by US Air Force aircraft, international rescue is forced to shoot down the plane. Gordon Tracy goes aboard to take photographs, and then the stricken aircraft starts to submerge. In Thunderbird 1, Scott gives the alarm. Virgil, use Thunderbird 2 in the grabs. Gordon will be trapped, and those Air Force guys will drown. Virgil works quickly. The grabs clamp home, and the aircraft is raised. I've got it in time, Scott. Gordon is disembarking now. Gordon swims back to Thunderbird 4. I'm heading back to base to give Brains the jammer information, Scott. Okay, Gordon. When you're through, join us at Mato Island. You can help us with the repairs. Thunderbird 1 escorts the heavy transport aircraft to Mato Island. Thunderbird 1 to Mato, coming into land. The island is some 60 miles from International Rescue's base. The cliff face opens. Deep within the cliff, the Tracy family goes to work. This job will take at least 2 days. Is the repair section ready, Alan? Yes, Father. And the Air Force guys will remain asleep just as long as we want. In his laboratory on Tracy Island, Brains works against the clock. Yes, Gordon's photographs are excellent. This should be ideal. 48 hours later. We've done it, boys. She's as good as you. She's as good as new. Right, let's get back to base and leave the crew to their surprise. The Thunderbird machines leave. The Tracy family are back at home when the US pilot awakens. Hey, where am I? Gee, we ditched in the ocean? How come we're still alive? Search me. All those guys back there are fine. We've been asleep for 2.5 days. Completely bewildered, the Air Force men searched the cabin. It's a bare cabin. But how did we get here? Who fixed the tail? We must be dreaming, but we ain't. Come on, let's test our engines. The fantastic international rescue equipment has receded into the secret storage rooms beyond the cabin. Oh, all okay. I don't understand this. Maybe the guys back at the airbase can supply us with some answers. Yeah, let's go. The cabin mouth automatically closes behind the aircraft. Well done, brains. So international rescue is safe once again. Nothing can penetrate our advanced warning systems. There she goes. I reckon those... Boys, those Sky Boys are going to be going crazy with questions. Yes, so, but even if they investigate Mate Island, they won't get any answers. No, the cliff face is sealed till we operate the controls. It was a desperate plan, but it was worth the risk. The end.